Good morning.
We have a mystery guest behind us.
Well, not technically a mystery guest, because he's not going to pop up onto the show.
Good point.
Right? So he's a mystery in the house.
He's a mystery guest in our house.
That's right.
Yeah. Good morning, by the way.
Good morning, everybody.
Do you recognize the old? If you're a crewmate and you've been here for some time, do you recognize the old setup right now?
Yeah, we are.
Look where we are. We're back upstairs in our kitchen on our kind of ghetto equipment.
Yeah, we are. You know, I'm a little bit out of sorts because of that.
I feel great.
But I feel great. I've got no buttons to push.
You can push my buttons. See what I did there? See what I did there? Look at everybody's here. Chris Goldesky, Tiffany Maxim, Brian Bagowitz. Brian Baggerbrains, just so you know, founders calls are canceled this week. Okay, so don't come on to the call today. I'm sorry I forgot to message you. It's just I posted in the founders group and then forgot you were going to come onto the call with us. So just a little heads up. I'll message you to let you know what's going on.
Awesome. What are we talking about today?
What we're going to talk about today.
Before I comment on whatever the hell's going on in your computer.
Easy peasy. How to make every day predictably excellent. I'm a big predictably kind of guy. You know what I mean? I'm a free spirit, massively. I don't know if I know a bigger free spirit in the world than me.
Most.
But I love routine and predictability, and we're going to talk exactly about that today.
I'm looking
Look at
for
everybody here.
I just have to say, so ever since we have moved off of this setup on Facebook, apparently Facebook Live has changed.
Yeah, it has.
Because this whole thing on your phone, I don't even know what it is I'm looking at.
Right, David Victor Crossman is watching.
Good morning, David.
Look at everybody here. Wow.
Welcome, everybody.
Louise is here. Lee Patterson's here. Chris and Kelly Goldowski are here. Papa Draps is here.
You know, we
My goodness gracious, crew.
By the way,
love my crew.
I want to just say, the reason that we don't have our whole shenanigans set up today.
I'm biting a hangnail, sorry.
That's been bothering him since yesterday, by the way.
Snagging it.
The only reason we don't have our whole setup today is because we have a lovely house guest.
We do. House guest, say hello.
Hey there. Oh, he's right there. Oh, he's right there. I thought he went downstairs. He's right there.
Did you hear him say hello? He sounded rather European,
That was the lovely voice of Justin Devonshire.
You gave it away.
Well,
I was going to play the game for a little longer.
Oh.
Pretend you didn't hear the words, Justin Devonshire. Pretend you did not hear those words.
Okay, let me finish the story then. So my whole point was our house guest is he's crashing in Chase's room, which is where all of our live stream equipment is.
Right.
And he got in here last night. It was something like 4:30 in the morning his time.
Yeah.
So we didn't feel right waking him up.
Right. So we decided to go ghetto style and come back to our old haunts where we started. You matter to us, and I'd like to hope that we matter to you.
Yeah.
So we opted to do a little Brian&Carrie in the morning from our old haunts. Yes.
So Colleen Danielson knows who Justin is, or she stalked him.
Wow. No, because I said yesterday he's our COO.
Right.
And that he's very handsome. And so Colleen Danielson says, "Oh, it's the handsome COO guy." Wow.
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. Okay, so while we're in our pre-show, which by the way I have no idea when the pre-show ends because now we got no timer, we got no clock, so we're just gonna roll. So we had the funniest game going on yesterday at the airport. Okay.
Yes.
We
tried to videotape it, but we kept kind of messing up.
But I'm gonna post a video later because it's funny.
Nice.
Well, it's funny to me, so I hope it's funny to you. But so the kids decided to come with us to go and pick up Justin. It was a family affair.
Justin Devonshire, the handsome COO.
Nothing like getting off of an airplane to an entire family who's wired and gonna talk to you for the next hour and 45 minutes.
And Justin hadn't slept for like 87 hours or something like that.
But so the kids were every time somebody walked out of the security, the kids were like, "Is that Justin? Is that Justin?" Or if you were Maya, "Is that Jason?" Because she can't get his name right.
She can't seem to remember the guy's name.
Brian decides that basically he's going to play this game with the kids, and he said, "I'll bet you, I'll give you $20.
$20
if you walk up to the person that I pick and say, excuse me, are you Justin?"
Yeah, but I had to pick the person and walk up to say that.
So,
and I was going to pick the most non-Justin-like person.
Right? So the kids are all ready to go. It's all ready to happen. And we've been there for like half an hour. And then Justin walks out. Like, game over.
And it's coincidental because I had the perfect guy picked out. Just before Justin walked out of the arrivals area.
Yeah.
This very, very large. I mean, he was like 6'11" and at least 555 pounds. So he was just
1100.
He was huge. He was just a gorilla of a man wearing a tie that came up to his nipple. Because they don't, you can buy big and tall suits, but can you buy big and tall ties? I have no idea.
Can you buy big and tall ties?
Right, because this guy was massive and his tie came down to like here. It looked like he was wearing a bib. He was wearing a bib. And so he comes out, I'm like, that's him. You guys got to go up to that guy and say, excuse me, sir, are you Justin? With that much enthusiasm. And just as they're about to take off, Justin comes in.
I'm going to post it later because it was hysterical.
So close to awesome.
Good morning, Tiffany Maxim. Tiffany, were you gone? Were you not here yesterday?
Tiffany Maxim was not here yesterday.
That feels really weird to me that I didn't, number one, that I didn't notice, but number two, that you were gone. I don't know what to do with that.
And I just want to say, Colleen knows you can buy extra long ties. I didn't know that. I mean, it makes sense. There's tall people in the world. But Colleen, how do you know? I believe you. I trust you. I just want to know, how does one amass that information?
Right?
Right? Unless your father perhaps is 6'1".
Or her husband.
Yes.
I also dig the fact that while we're not in normal flow with our little timer and ticker and all these other thirds, that like Brian Sakowicz, Captain Shareman, is on point. He's like, share it out. Share it out.
Look at that. I'm telling you, good morning, Laurel. There it is again, my little I don't have a stutter. I don't have a stutter. I don't have a stutter, though.
He's got a speech impediment, though.
You know what? Jessica, her friend Patrick joined us new here. Hi, Patrick.
Welcome, Patrick.
Give us a little shout out. Say hi to the crew, Patrick.
Any newbie crewbies in the house?
Look at that. Colleen says I have a big, tall...
Can you please say hi?
She has big, tall brothers and husband.
I love that.
I think that's awesome. You extra long ties. I want to buy an extra long tie so it goes like past, like below my penis. Is that weird? Because then it looks like a long elephant trunk.
You said penis. I'm lost. I don't know. What?
By the way, where are our shares at right now?
I love that you were just enjoying that, Carrie. Are you talking about what he was just talking about?
Yes.
I was like, I don't know.
Okay, but Cindy Harkey, look what she says. Long ties are a must when your hubby is 6'8".
6'8".
What do people eat?
You know what? These people are all the size of Elsie Lonis.
Elsie Lonis is a big man.
Right?
Can
I say something? This has nothing to do with anything, but that's what the pre-show's for.
Of course.
And any woman who can relate to this, can you please chime in and tell me that you can feel my excitement?
Okay.
So this weekend, I went to the pharmacy and I bought not one, but two eyebrow pencils. And after 5 years of trying, I finally found the perfect eyebrow pencil color for my current hair, and I am so excited because look, it's the color of my roots. I don't even know what to do with myself.
Oh my god, that was awesome.
Is there a woman who can relate to that?
I can relate to that.
Well, you can, because when my eyebrows are too dark, you're like, ooh, wrong color.
Too dark. And I'm not interrupting. I'm just going to say a couple things really fast. Steve Montevaness says he'd like, the long tie thing would be a good look on me. I appreciate that, buddy.
He also
said, oh, sorry, go ahead.
He also said, I suppose that would have to be a very long tie.
Hey, nice, buddy. Nice. Well played. Louise says there's a bad connection. I don't know if our connection's great over here. And Patrick Jackson did say hi. So hello.
Welcome, Patrick Beauregard Jackson.
Beauregard's a sexy name.
Do you know what Beauregard means? Does anybody know what Beauregard means?
I do, because I live in French Canada.
What does it mean?
It means beautiful looking.
Good looking, yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
what does
French.
It mean? I want to be called Beauregard.
Well, I have some news about you I'm going to share in a couple seconds. Oh. I want to say this. We really don't have a timer today because our clock is somewhere else and our equipment is downstairs and Justin slept through it all, so we can't, whatevs.
I'm giving a thumbs up to Suzanne.
Yes, Carrie's hair is on point.
It's a good hair day. And I have the proper eyebrow pencil.
Yes, and Kelly Nicole says she has about 500 eyebrow pencils. I can't relate. I have like 3.
Yeah.
By the way, I used to wear a lot of eyeliner.
We're not talking about eyeliner, though, right?
I'm just saying.
I should make sure we knew the difference.
I wanted to be part of the club, man.
You know what?
I didn't want to be left out of the club. Can I tell you something right now really fast? Before you say you know what, can I tell you what? I just want to say this, okay? With all of our fancy dancy equipment, right? I feel like we flow better when it's just like this.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know if I agree with that.
Well, we're allowed to have,
Really, we're allowed to have
different
differing opinions?
And contrary to some people's belief,
we have like one head that's just kind of glued together.
I do advocate my wife using her considerable brain. So yes, we have different opinions. Anyways. Dr. Ann Shivers has to go. June is back from Tennessee. I love that she's with us. Brian Bagbrain says 25 shares before the good shot even starts.
That's great. Look at you, because everybody remembers that I'm on a mission of 100 shares a day for the week.
Yes. Christine Batista has no makeup. I understand.
I remembered what I was going to say. Thank you, Muna. It's 10:01. We're going in 1 second. What I was going to say is that Brian and I were having this lovely conversation this weekend about all the wonderful things that Brian and Carrie are going to do for the next several years to come, the next decades to come. And one of the things that I was talking about was creating a B&C cosmetics line.
Yeah.
And I thought about this yesterday, how awesome it would be to have a male line within the B&C cosmetics.
Absolutely. I'm all about male makeup.
Guy liner's where it's at.
And you can tell, I don't really, if anyone like, oh, I think it's stupid you laugh. Like, I think male makeup's awesome.
I think it's fantastic.
I don't wear any right now, but, you know, Colleen says, do I match my eyebrow liner with my beard color? I would.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah, I would.
I love that my man is so metrosexual.
I am. I also want to add that Muna says it's 10:01, by the way.
Muna is our timekeeper.
Should we get rolling?
Yeah.
Why don't we get rolling?
Yeah, I feel like you have something else to tell or talk about. No?
1 second.
You said, I'll tell you something about that in 1 minute.
What was it about?
I don't remember. What was it about? Does anybody remember?
I don't remember what we were talking about. My tie being longer than my penis. 6'8" men.
This is the not crew kids version of Brian and Carrie in the morning.
What, penis is a perfectly acceptable word.
Oh, look at that. Tiffany Maxim, Brian with eyeliner and a fedora on fire.
Oh!
Fuego. Right?
There are several photos of me on Facebook with eyeliner and a fedora.
Exactly what she's referencing.
I should post one later. Oh, you guys are so sweet to me. Look at everybody.
It gave me belly flies.
Give you belly flies. Also, Carrie just tipped her hand a little bit. Over the next 4 or 5 years, we're going to branch out with this whole Brian and Carrie brand. A cosmetic line being one of them, probably a clothing line as well.
Who knows?
In addition, you know what I intend to be doing? I'm going to use my creative writing passion to write novels. Novels for kids, novels for adults that are very much in line with what we teach.
Yeah.
Who would like one of those?
Yeah. I mean, the answer is going to be everybody.
Can I just add this? What if I wrote a short vignette novel this summer and gave away like 30 copies? On the house.
I love it.
Would anyone want one? I'd like to know before we start the show.
Of course everybody wants one. Erin Johnson just said that her son's school told her that her son's penis was bad. Of course you were furious.
What?
What is your son's school doing looking at his penis?
Well, I think the hearts are coming from my novel idea.
No, of course.
I don't understand either. Wow.
No, I'm sorry for that, Erin.
Erin, I am sorry for that as well. Can I add my little diatribe about school really fast? Because we had a conversation yesterday.
Yeah.
You ready?
People love the novel idea.
Oh, cool. Right on. I might just do that as a pet project this summer.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. Here's my school.
Aww, I'd read anything you write, Brian.
Oh, Brian Monroe's she's my heart. I love her. I love Briar. I have love for her.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, school.
Yes.
God bless teachers. 99% of teachers I've ever met in my entire life are absolutely wonderful. Well-meaning, well-intentioned, well-passionate towards educating kids. This is not a teacher problem. Mm-hmm. I do think there are some teachers that shouldn't be doing what they do. Mm-hmm. But in my experience, most teachers are absolutely stellar. Okay? This is a school system issue. Mm-hmm. Can I tell you what it is? It sucks. That's what it is. The school system fucking sucks. It's stupid, it's antiquated, and it's dumb. All of it sucks. In what ivory tower is what educator or educators with their fancy-dancy PhDs in education saying we know every fucking thing about educating kids? Where is this ivory tower in which they are sitting? And they are saying, you know what's a good idea? Let's take the last 9 weeks of Brian Grasso's 13-year-old son's school year and not teach him anything new. Mm-hmm. Not let him be creative even a little bit. Mm-hmm. In fact, let's remove physical education, art, and music completely for the last 9 weeks. So that for those 9 weeks, all we do is review the shit he already learned so he can prepare for the standardized test that ranks him in accordance with other kids in his class nationwide. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Do you want me to get started on standardized testing and how absolutely stupid it is? Talk about let's give a kid a box. Give him a small little box and say, here, you're really smart. You get to stay in this box. You're dumb. Compared to everybody else, you're really dumb. This is your box. Go to trade school. Don't teach him anything new. Oh, and please, offer him absolutely no creative outlets whatsoever. None. Zero. Just make him go to school and sit down and learn the same shit he learned in September. Ad nauseum. Oh, and then October. All so he can prepare for a standardized test, which I might add, not only boxes our sons and daughters in. Do you know why they're standardized testing? Mm-hmm. To see which school districts get the government grants next year. So this isn't even for my kid. This is for the school district. Because if this school district tests higher than other school districts, they get allocated certain monies. Oh, monies. For what? You don't use it for anything. There's no fucking sports. There's no physical education. There's no art. There's no music. What's the money for? I really want to know. Better brooms? Are we buying better brooms? Different desks? Different desks to sit our asses in and do nothing.
Mic drop.
Fucking school.
I just sat quietly through that whole thing because you know what, we had a little conversation yesterday about this, and I'm quite sure Brian wanted to go onto that soapbox yesterday, but you were tamed in your commentary yesterday.
Fucking school.
He saved it for the crew. Can I take this minute before we officially open the door?
Yes.
No.
By the way, I want to add one more thing.
Yep.
Bless teachers.
Yes.
This is not a teacher fault.
Of course not.
Teachers don't make the rules. Teachers have to comport themselves to the rules. And I've met exactly no teachers who think the rules are fucking smart.
Yes.
Not one.
Yes.
And I've talked to them.
Yes.
They're like, you know what, we hate this.
Yes.
But this is what the Ministry of Education says we have to do.
Exactly. I agree.
There's that fucking ivory tower.
Well, before we officially open the show, and Brian's going to officially open it, and I'm going to sing a little song to open the show.
Yes.
I just want to say a welcome to some newbie crewbies in the house. Pat Golden, Matthew Gall, Stephanie McComish, and Kim Ball, who she chimed in saying that this is the first time she's been on the show. She's happy to make it live. So,
I know Kim Ball. I know Kim Ball. Do I know you? Do we know each other? I know Kim Ball.
Kim Ball. That sounds really funny if you say it 5 times fast.
I totally know Kim Ball.
But
Kim Ball, I don't always swear as liberally as I just did, but yes, I do. So
I was going to say.
Also, I love that Lee Patterson's driving with Kieran, a registered member of the Crew Kids Nation, to school right now, and Kieran's in the backseat laughing his ass off, saying, "See, school sucks."
Right. Yeah.
Kieran, just do what you got to do, buddy. Then go into the world and make an impact.
Yeah.
Just get through school. That's what I teach my kids. Just get through it.
Yeah, I love that. Pat Golden is Lisa Droplick's aunt. Look at that. We're like a crew family.
We are.
So can you do like the whole, let's eliminate your limits thing so I can...
We're going to start now without our fancy equipment. Hey, crew, let's eliminate your limits.
Here we've come to save your day. Brian and Carrie and inspirations on the way. I just pulled that out of nowhere. Shit. I wasn't even thinking about that.
Welcome to Brian and Carrie in the Morning. We are live from the very overcast but quite bubbly Mount Tremblant, Quebec, where we're live 5 mornings a week, Monday through Friday. We get rolling at 10 a.m. Eastern, but our pre-show starts at 9:50, and that's when you should join us, because that's when I rail about the stupidity that is the school system. Today's show is about how to make every day predictably excellent. Key emphasis on predictably. And if you know we're going to earn it, which we always do, what we're going to ask right now is please share this into your timeline. If for no other reason, you do not want our share captain, Brian Sackowitz, angry at you.
He's already getting a little tested.
Is he really?
And because we don't have the lower third, share.
I like when you do that. I like that a lot.
Poor Justin just woke up and he's like, wow, I need to go back to bed right now.
Justin, the handsome CEO of Devonshire, who's just over yonder, is just sitting there going, why am I here?
They were all loud in the car, now they're all loud now. Anyways.
Well, I'm going to leave the shares into the share captain's hand. Brian Sackowitz, Tiffany Maxim, and Lisa Arsenault. I've nominated. Yeah. Those are the co-captains today, Lisa and Tiffany, if that's cool by you guys. So, crew. Oh, yeah, sorry. As we start every single episode of Brian and Carrie in the Morning, because I love my crew. Where my crew at?
Crew!
Yes! I just like to wait and fuck with Brian. I don't understand that. Is that Brian Sackowitz or Brian Grasso? Steve Montefinesse?
Oh, he just likes waiting to share the fuck with Brian Sackowitz.
I like that, Steve. I like that. But don't get him too mad. As we said, today's show, how to make every day predictably excellent. Predictably is the operative word. Yeah. Okay, so by a show of hearts and or a show of comments, who can relate to this commentary? You ready? Every day is an adventure. I actually never know if I'm going to be in a good mood, a bad mood, or when life's going to take me this way or that way. Can you relate to that?
I used to be able to relate to that.
So did I. Oh my God, that was my life. So I want to know yeses or nos if you can relate to that. Kim Paul.
She met you at Ryan Lee Boot Camp 10 years ago. You knocked us all on our socks with your opening speech and gave some great comments and support about the biz idea I have, and I've been a huge fan ever since.
Kim Paul.
I love that. I love.
Thank you for that. I remember that speech, by the way. I remember it very well.
I feel like I've heard that Ryan Lee Boot Camp referenced many times.
I killed it that day.
And Nicole Wright, Mike Droplock, Papa Droplocks, they can all relate.
And there's a lot of hearts, so people relate, right?
Yep.
It doesn't have to be that way, crew. It doesn't have to be that way, and it shouldn't be that way, okay? If you look at, like, life and success, happiness, it's all a game of inches. No shit, it's a game of inches, right? And what that means is that every day, just a little bit better. It doesn't have to be monstrously better. Just a touch better every single day. We look at it in terms of percentages. If you get 1% better on something every single day, by the end of the year, you are 360% better than you were at the beginning of the year. That's an astronomical growth. In fact, I think that lack of foresight is the problem most people have. They try to create massive wholesale change all at once in their lives. And then it never works because it's too much. When the human brain senses massive change, it starts to shut down. It starts to self-sabotage. So we have to make incremental changes, small things day by day. But that is an underappreciated reality in the success skill set.
You know, and let me just add to that, because I think that it really ties in very closely to what we talk about all the time, which is progress, not perfection. Because, you know, if you think about wherever you're trying to make growth in, okay? So you're trying to get out of $20,000 of debt. You're trying to lose 30 pounds. Whatever it is that you're trying to do, I think we always forget the fact that that wasn't done to you or created overnight. So it was an accumulation of years. It was accumulation of months. The situation you're in, the life that you're leading right now, was an accumulation of time. We have to walk into it with the understanding that there's an accumulation of time to undo it as well. The amount of time to undo it, and the percents, the 1%, 1%, 1%, is largely contingent on your consistency, and you can expedite the process. But if we have the expectation that we're just going to wake up one day and I can change like everything about my life, and it's all going to be permanent, we're fooling ourselves. And that's where people fall into that trap all the time.
Well, simplicity plus consistency. So Matthew Gall, great comment, baby steps forward are still steps forward. I agree. The only thing I don't like is the term baby steps. I've never jived with it personally. It's not like it's a wrong term. I don't like it because it implies we're taking small steps.
They're implying that they're not as significant. Perhaps.
But some people perspectify it that way. They're not as significant, right? So I always caution on language. Couple of things. Sassy Pants Basista, I loved her comment. She said she spent the weekend kind of reviewing everything we've taught her. I absolutely love it, and I have so much heart. For Sassy Pants. And you know, Colleen, you said something as well. She said Brian&Carrie in the morning is part of her predictable awesomeness. So first of all, we're flattered and honored and blessed. Thank you for that. Like that means the world to us. But I want to add something very, very important. That is why we do Brian&Carrie in the morning. Because as we're going to expose today, it's all about routine. Predictably excellent is about routine, process, strategy, and systems. And we actually strive, without even saying it, we strive to be part of your daily breakfast. We want to be part of your daily happenings. Because we know coming here makes you laugh. It makes you smile. It makes you nod in agreement. It makes you think. It makes you, come outside of your own box. We know that. And we want this show to be part of your routine.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I just want to say, because we're just talking about progress, not perfection. Laurel Holmes just said, I actually brought a cashier in a mega store to tears when I told her to remember progress, not perfection, when talking about changing diet and healthy life.
Good for you.
You know, I just love the fact that this is exact. If you haven't shared, share now, and this is why, because we are creating a ripple together. I've said it. If I've said it once, I've said it 100 times. Right? That's an example of the ripple. So keep rippling, people.
But just what Brian Sackowitz wrote, Breakfast with B&C. You want a little behind the scenes? There was 2 names we were circling on for this show. Brian&Carrie in the morning was one of them. Breakfast with Brian&Carrie was the other. The only reason we didn't do Breakfast with Brian&Carrie is because we didn't want people in Australia or New Zealand or Europe who are not having breakfast right now to misinterpret. Now, you could easily say, well, they could misinterpret in the morning. We just felt there was more passivity to in the morning. But Breakfast with Brian&Carrie was the other option we had for our show name. I want to say this. Here's what it is. I have had these words circling in my head for about a week now. And I do not believe I coined them. I don't believe they came from me. I believe I read them somewhere, but I don't know for the life of me where or who I'm attributing them to. Mm-hmm. But that said, I've Googled it. It's not a common quote, so it's not like a famous quote. Mm-hmm. But here's what I want to get across today, okay? In the absence of routine and structure, you leave room for chaos, okay? You know another term for chaos is? Self-sabotage. Mm-hmm. That is how you make every day predictably excellent. Mm-hmm. You have a routine. Mm-hmm. You have systems and processes that you go through each and every day. From the time you wake up especially, we always call it own the morning. Yeah. Or we often call it own your perspective. Because you can wake up in a piss poor mood and not know why. You can wake up sad, you can wake up frustrated, you can wake up with your phone and your email chiming at you that there is matters of urgent attention required. And if you get into the rat race of just looking at those and going with them, you're fucked. Mm-hmm. You're absolutely fucked. Because that 1% better today is now a virtual impossibility. Yep. Routine matters, especially in the morning, which is why we call it own your perspective. Yep. Because you get to own the perspective of the day if you follow simple routines consistently.
Absolutely.
So in the absence of that, you have chaos. Yeah. You have reactivity. Yeah. And that is no place to win.
You know, and this whole, so Brian and I actually had a lovely conversation about this yesterday. We were talking about this yesterday and preparing it for the show today. And, you know, it was so funny because I had just seen a status from a dear friend of ours who actually was being very vulnerable and making the point that he never realized that structure was actually the path to his freedom.
Yes.
Right? And so when we talk about owning your morning, owning your perspective, routine, and all those things that go around it, right? You know, one of the things that Brian and I have realized over the years, and okay, if this is you, I want you to feel comfortable, hopefully, to chime in and say, yep, that's me or that was me, okay? How many of you either are or know someone who is a free spirit?
You went where I was going. Perfect.
And the free-spirited nature that they are, they develop this resistance to schedules,
structure,
and routine, and structure, because if I have routine, it's going to close my creativity. It's going to dampen my free-spiritedness, right? Well, one of the things that we learned over the years for ourselves, from trial and error, exactly, is that the more structure we have, and like structure, we're not talking rigid structure, like if something goes wrong, we're like, ugh.
Right,
okay, we're not talking about that. But the more structure we have, the more we're actually able to create this free-spirited life and the freedom that we want in our life. And a lot of people hide behind that as a mask, as an excuse, and as, you know, I can't possibly make a schedule.
Let's take the mask down. Yeah. What they're creating is a delusion because they're afraid to death of succeeding. Yeah. Right? Fear of success is a massive fear. So if you have that, I'm a free spirit, therefore I do not need structure. As a matter of fact, I can't have structure, because if I do have structure, I will not be a free spirit. You have a mask on that's completely delusional because you're afraid of putting yourself out there. You're afraid of getting shit done in a timely way, because if you do, you're actually going to have to forward progress. Okay?
Yeah. Everybody's chiming in agreement.
And I was the card-carrying member of that club. To this day, I don't know a bigger free spirit in the world than me. I am a free spirit. I'm creatively eccentric. There's no limit to my free-spiritedness at all. And yet, I hid behind the delusion my whole life until about 5 years ago, when I realized how much routine and structure did not take away from my free-spiritedness, it enhanced it. Yeah. Do you know what a free spirit without structure is? A fart in the wind.
Yeah!
Nothing gets done.
Yeah.
It just kind of blows from side to side in no particular way. That doesn't lead to anything at all. But if you give that structure, now you're allowing the free spirit to maximize itself within constraints of reasonable. Yeah. Right? And I just want to add, can I add one more thing?
Of course.
Okay, Brian Sakowitz said this a few comments ago, and I was like, you know what? I want to follow this logic down because it's a great logic for people to see.
Okay.
Okay?
I'm ready.
In the absence of structure, you create chaos. Chaos leads to anxiety. Follow it down. What does anxiety lead to? Fear. What does fear lead to? playing small, not doing the things you want to be doing because you're too afraid to do them now. What does playing small lead to? Shelter, safety, not achieving what you want, not doing what you claim you want to do or become. So in the absence of structure and routine, follow the logic down. Chaos, anxiety, fear, playing small, not doing, not achieving, not becoming.
Absolutely.
Routine. Routine is the key.
Yeah, you know, and let me just tell you a little story about routine.
Tell us a story.
We were talking about this morning, right? So yesterday, we drove to Montreal, which is about an hour and 45 minutes away from us, to go pick up our lovely, handsome COO.
Yes, he's so handsome.
Over there.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know what, and you know, bad accents for 100. I don't know what was that.
He just smiled at us. He's so handsome.
So we drove to Montreal to go pick up Justin, and you know, Brian and I aren't really used to being out of the house for that long. Like, so we left the house.
Fact.
We left the house at 3 o'clock. We went to the city, and oh my gosh, the big city. And then we got home at about 10:30. I want to say it was like 10:45 by the time I had settled. Right.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of hours. We woke up at like 5 o'clock in the morning. It was a big day, and we were feeling tired.
Yes.
Right. And so just before we went to bed, you know, we talked about, you know, waking up in the morning, and without even thinking about it, we're like, no, we're waking up at 5:30 at our normal time.
Yeah.
And that's not because we're like super troopers.
Right.
That's not because we have some sort of power. That's because we have learned over the years that more important than anything is our routine, because when we have our routine, we're able to control our perspective. When we can control our perspective, we keep gaining that 1% increment every single day.
Exactly.
And it makes the world of difference.
Yes.
Right? It changes everything.
It does. Moreover, as our morning is owned by us, our day is owned by us.
Completely.
If the morning is not owned, the day is fucked.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, it goes all over the place, and we do not do a great job of corralling back in, because you can't.
Yeah.
It's a very strong challenge to rein in the horses.
Yes.
Once the horses are, you know, out of the gate.
Yeah, absolutely.
By the way, are we earning this? I suspect we're earning the living shit out of this. So how about you give us a share? Because who doesn't? Look at some of these comments. Who doesn't need to see this?
Everybody's related to this.
Jenica, wow, that's great. I get some stuff done, but I'm all over the place. If I had structure and true routine, I'd probably be unstoppable. Yeah. We'd all be unstoppable.
Yeah.
With the right routine, we'd all be unstoppable. It's not just a paper thing. It's not just a schedule or an itinerary. It becomes an ethos. It becomes a breathing apparatus of how you choose to live, right? And that's why I want to say one more thing, okay? You can talk about how you lose weight. You can talk about how you build successful businesses. You can talk about how you have quality relationships. And you can talk about how you fall in love with yourself. But none of the hows matter if this isn't screwed on straight. Mindset matters most. In the absence of a routine, our mindset is flushed down the toilet. Yeah. When you own your mindset, you own your perspective. Yep. When you own your perspective, you own life. Yes. And can do anything.
Yeah, you know, let me add to that with regards to this whole routine thing. And you know, yesterday I hashtagged be your own guarantee.
Yes,
and this like ties into this. It ties into that. And it also ties into some of the stuff we were talking about yesterday with regards to change and resistance you might meet from other people as you change and you evolve, right? I want to say this not in a scarcity way, but in an abundant way. Protect your routine.
Oh my God.
Okay?
Yes.
Because like there's a lot in your life that's going to try and take you away from where you're going. And we've experienced it, you know, in multiple facets where people try to pull us away from what we've created. But like we protect our routine not because we're anal and not because we're resistant to doing new things. We protect our routine because number one, we have massive plans to create world-changing impact.
Absolutely.
You can't do that if you're flippant with your routine.
100%.
You know, I'll just take care of that another day, no, you've got to be dedicated to where you're going, right? And so, you know, there's a mindset aspect of that, but really from the strategic, practical aspect, protecting your routine and your time is really important, right?
Yeah. I'm sorry, everyone's hashtagging protect your routine.
Protect your routine.
I love that.
And the last thing I want to say about that is, it also means that you have to have the foresight to create your routine, okay?
Yeah.
So, you know, somebody will message us and ask us, for example, oh, you know, on a Tuesday afternoon, do you want to go out for lunch, right? And Brian and I are like, ooh, no. Like, no, we can't go out for lunch on a Tuesday afternoon. But, you know, that's never a reflection of the people who've messaged us.
No, of course.
Or, you know, I'll get some people randomly asking me, you know, do I have time for a call this afternoon? I'm like, no, I don't have time for a call this afternoon because my schedule was made on Sunday.
Yes.
But my whole point behind that is we look at our whole life and like socialization. You know, when we socialize on Saturdays.
Yeah.
We've crafted our routine in order to fulfill all the needs that we have.
Well, I mean, that's the key, because somebody's watching right now and saying, wait a second, you don't have spontaneity enough to just go for lunch on a Tuesday? That's not the life I want. Well, good for you for knowing that.
Yeah.
And that's where you should create your routine your way.
Yeah.
We don't want to have spontaneity on a Tuesday afternoon. That's not who we are. We have things to do. And by the way, do you know what we do Tuesday afternoons? We have sex and nap. So I don't really want to go out for lunch. I'd rather have sex with my wife and then go to sleep.
Me too, for the record.
I think I win. But the point of that is that there is no right way to produce a routine. There's your way.
Yeah.
And you need to know your pillars, which is what I'm going to be talking about in 1 second. First, though, June, great comment. We know what June does for a living. Yes. So she says, you guys know that I schedule and plan other people's lives. But when I started doing the same for my own and I became the #1 priority in my world, I have gained so much. You must be your own priority. Absolutely. You must produce your own guarantees. And routines and structure are the way to do that. Man, I feel like we have missed so many great comments.
Hi, Darcy Kelly. We haven't seen you in a while. Welcome back to the show.
Darcy Kelly, where?
From Chicago. So down.
Oh, yeah, no, I just didn't see. Oh, there she is. Look at that. Right on, Darcy. Welcome back. Yes, look at all these lunchtime loving, Colleen. You know it.
I don't know. Justin's here. Whatever.
Right? So, yeah, fucking the handsome one's in the way of that today, but whatever. Cecily, okay, so we know what's going down this afternoon. Yes, you do, Cecily. Okay, a couple things. I just said pillars.
I know. I'm waiting on the pillars.
So, look at this is the crash course. I'm going to give you a crash course. Or we're going to give you a crash course. And it's going to take 5 minutes or less. You ready?
Yeah, challenge accepted.
Create your pillars. Know what your pillars are. What are pillars? Well, Lee Patterson said a great comment about 5 minutes ago. She goes, we know that her routine got smacked to the ground not too long ago, but her perspective is now that she's happy it did, because she realized it got, cascaded to the ground because the foundation wasn't strong. Exactly. Your pillars are your foundation. So here's the question you have to ask yourself. Are you ready? Number 1. First question. Are you set? What's your non-negotiables? Know that first. What are your non-negotiables? You look like you're anxious to say something.
No, I just like thought about how much of my whole day is my non-negotiable.
Well, at this point, yes, but for everyone else just starting to create pillars, it might not be like that. So what are your non-negotiables?
Yeah.
I can tell you what my non-negotiables are.
I have 2 in the top of my
head.
Go ahead. Our mindset work in the morning.
Yes.
And the gym.
Yes.
Those are 2 non-negotiables for me.
Non-negotiable time frames.
Yep.
5 o'clock until 7 o'clock every morning is our mindset work that we do individually and together. It's not negotiable. I agree. We call it OT, our time.
Yep.
We literally write it down, our schedule is OT, our time. Okay? That is when we do our mindset work. When we meditate, we do some mobility for the physicality and the upkeep of our bodies. That is a non-negotiable reality of my day. So I am now at a point where I don't check my phone, check my computer, check my emails, check Facebook. I don't check shit when I first wake up in the morning. Yeah. But even if I did, it wouldn't matter because I have a routine to get to. So nothing would be urgent enough to take me away from that routine. I go to bed, I hug my wife, I come upstairs, I grab a coffee, I sit down, I do my mindset work. We share. We wake up the kids, we see them off, then we go, silence, mobility, etc. That is a non-negotiable in my life. Yeah. You know what my other non-negotiable is? Learning. I refuse to negotiate on me having time to learn every single day. So I right now I'm learning all about real estate investment because I'm a nerd and I like weird shit. I have no idea if we're going to invest in real estate. I just like learning about it. I think it's fascinating. Yep. So that every single day, 6 days a week, I invest about an hour of my time learning about real estate investing. Okay? Yeah. Those are my 2 big non-negotiables.
Before we're going to move on to pillar 2, but I just want to say, Colleen, I think, made the comment, I've started to not cancel on myself. Which is
brilliant.
Because we all do that, right, at some time. I also want to make the point, because really and truly, like, I want everything that Brian was just saying. I'm like, oh yeah, that's a non-negotiable for me too. Every morning I put my makeup on. When I put my makeup on, I learn. That's what I do. I listen to podcasts and I listen to interviews, right?
Yep.
There's everything in my life really is, for the most part, a non-negotiable at this point.
I don't disagree.
But the reason I'm saying that is because I want to make the powerful point that we didn't start that way.
No.
Right? You have no idea how, like, the idea of spending 5:30 till showtime in a given day as basically invested in ourselves 3 years ago would have, like, made our heads blow up. Probably.
Oh, absolutely.
We had little elements of it, but to have the whole morning, we craved it. We wanted to create it. But that's the point, right? You can only create that 1% at a time, you know? So start with one thing and then layer on. And that's, you know, the process of getting there.
Well, yes. I mean, you're absolutely right. Do you guys remember we moved to 5 mornings a week with Brian and Carrie in the morning?
Yeah.
4 years ago, we couldn't have.
Of course.
Because we didn't have our own pillars.
Yeah.
Okay, so again, number one, what are your non-negotiables? Those are your pillars. They go in your days every day. Our preference is at the same time. They are non-negotiable even so far as you do them at the same time of day. That's number one. You want to hear number two? You need an accountability partner to maintain focus and top of the mind activity in all of this. Can I tell you who your accountability partner should be? You. You want to know what we still do? This was like our major success secret years ago when we were building our own pillars and non-negotiables, but we still maintain it. We opened up an Excel document that basically said, okay, meditation, mobility, gym, learning for 60 minutes. We columnized all of our non-negotiables. And then we put into our calendar the last thing we did before we went to bed. We opened up that Excel document, we put in that day's date, and we said yes or no to whether or not we did it. You need that.
Yeah.
You need an accountability partner, and the accountability is you. This is all about harnessing what we know to be true about the human brain, which is you are more competitive and game oriented than you think you are. Why do you think every app is all about games? Why do you think every app related to weight loss is like lose this much weight, you open up this new level, and we'll send you a bunch of hearts, which have no currency and are really stupid, but people want the fucking hearts. The human brain is game oriented, so turn it into a game. Create an accountability checklist that every single night you update with that day's activity. And I'm just going to skip to number 3 right now. Number 3, assess it every week. Every week, look. You must be 70% or better on all your non-negotiables that week. That's your marker. We have tried and seen what marker. 70% is the marker. If you can hit 70% every week for the first 3 weeks, you've got yourself a habit. And then the game becomes making it 80%, 90%, and 100%. And the last part, Carrie already said it, layer on. What's next? If you have 1 or 2 non-negotiables, you accountability checklist them every night, you assess them every week, you hit the 70% marker or up, add something. Add the next pillar. That's it. Then you, boom, you have a routine.
So what I'm going to say right now might not be appropriate language, just saying.
Oh my God, are you serious?
So you need to understand something. I am a tracking slut. I said it, okay? But I really, so I cannot be giving, all of my private clients as well know this because I erect trackers for everybody about something. I'm a really big tracker. I have been for years. We've been for years. I think
well, especially you more than me.
You know, tracking saved our relationship. I'm going to be quite honest with you because it was my accountability to myself to be able to say, oh, okay, you know what? I'm having a little bit of a hormonal nutty today and I need to take accountability for that. But it really is, I think one of the reasons I find it so powerful is because you can reference it back. You can look at it. It's honest. You have to be honest on your trackers. It gives you kind of this this overview of where you were, where you're going. You can look back 6 months later and go like, oh my gosh, do you remember when I didn't do that every day and now I'm doing it every day? I cannot emphasize enough how much you guys should be doing trackers. So much so that I think we should do a show at some point this week, which is a do-it-yourself, create your trackers.
I agree.
We're gonna walk people through.
Do you want to do that? We'll do a do it with us, create your tracker show.
Yes.
By the way, look at this. Listen to this comment from June. Clint, June's husband, and I got a jawbone tracker. We love the app. It fusses and cheers us on. That's my point. Yeah. Do you see my point from earlier?
Yeah.
We have game mentality.
Yeah.
We love it when the fucking app sends us like applause.
Yeah.
However externally stupid that is, it matters to us intrinsically.
Exactly. It's reward.
So the reward that Carrie taught me years ago is to get 70% every week. And you will do it. You will do it. So this is a mindset game now. Erect 1 or 2 pillars.
Yep.
Create a tracker for them and track it every night. Every Friday or Saturday or Sunday, review your week and be sure you're at 70% for the week. Once you get to 70% consistently for 2 or 3 weeks, add a layer of another pillar. Boom.
Yep.
You've got yourself a daily routine and a mindset that has a perspective of gold.
Beautiful. I love it. And just to answer, first of all, welcome Wendy Wilson Simpkins to the show. I don't believe we've seen you live before, so thank you for being here. She said, I don't know where to start. And for the record, if this is your first show, I can imagine that would be the case. But even if it's not, let me just answer that very specifically in kind of summary of what Brian just said. Where do you start? Pick the very first layer you're going to integrate as routine.
Yes.
Build a tracker around it.
100%.
Assess it at the end of the week, and then layer on something new. Agreed. That's it. That's where you start.
Yeah. And then Christine says, can you send me an idea of what a tracker system looks like? No. But we will do a live Brian and Carrie this week where we will show you what a tracker looks like. And you can drop it in and everything.
Oh my gosh.
Our new technology is going to be at work this week.
I just got so excited.
Right?
I forgot about that.
Hi, Victoria Sparks, Perestroika.
And Judy Mitchell, who chimed in a while back. Welcome, Judy.
Oh, hi, Judy. I love Judy Mitchell. I have so much love for her. I haven't talked to her in forever, but I have so much love for her.
Yes.
Yes, a tracker show would be great, says Cindy Harkey.
We're doing it.
Lee Patterson says, welcome, newbie Krubies. I love Lee. By the way, Lee, I did see your comment minutes upon minutes upon minutes ago when you said, Kieran says, hell yes, big guy, to me. I just didn't get a chance to respond. Tell him I said hell yes back to him.
Hey, Kieran.
Do you guys want to meet the handsome COO, Justin Devonshire?
Like nothing like putting him on the spot.
He's coming over here. Oh my God! He needs to see a parade of hearts. His self-esteem is not good.
So everybody
he needs
ready?
A cascade of hearts.
Don't cascade yet. Don't cascade yet. Don't cascade yet. Hold on. He's slow. Apparently they're slow from Cyprus. I don't know.
He was waiting for. He's waiting for the hearts.
Ready? Hearts, go.
Yes. Look how handsome he is.
Let's go. There's a little bit of a delay, so we're gonna wait.
God.
I'm waiting for hearts. Here they come.
That is Justin Devonshire.
Pow, 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 pow.
You should write a book called The Handsome COO.
Right? Guys, this is Justin.
Yes.
He's here from Cyprus.
Indeed.
Which is a lot nicer the weather than it is in Montreal.
It's a little overcast today.
Yeah.
But yeah, Justin is the man behind the business. True story.
Really He's confused about why he wasn't there.
Oh, because this is delayed. Yeah. No, he is the man behind the curtain.
No, he's not singly.
Oh, is he singing? No, that is adorable though. Look at that. See, you should come and see Brian and Carrie in the morning all the time because you get like healthy invitations.
Deep requests online now. I've made it to the big leagues.
Right, look at these heart things. Stop for like 40 seconds. By the way, as we expand as a brand, as our show gets bigger, as our stuff gets bigger, as we end up being live on the Oprah Winfrey show, bank that, by the way, for 2019.
That's happening.
He's going to be the man behind it. So if you love what we do, you should spend a couple seconds saying thank you to this
Everybody's saying hi, and Billy Reuter just went, wait, Justin's your COO?
Justin is our COO! You can't have him though, Billy, suck it!
And we do, why is everybody making angry faces? What's with the angry faces? Why is there so much hostility?
Why are we angry? I don't think
jealousy's a powerful
we may just have maybe do a little interview with Justin this week where we actually ask him questions and let him talk.
If you're okay with that.
Yeah.
I just want to say Lee Patterson in Scotland says hello. Billy Reuter says Justin is brilliant. Cindy says good morning. Cecily.
Yeah.
Michelle Adams says hubba hubba.
Hubba hubba, yeah! Justin, man.
You know, we were talking about B&C Cosmetics. We'll have like the B&C dating app.
We should.
Oh my gosh, we would make the best dating app. Are you kidding me? Because this whole, like, what's your perfect match, like, how tall is he, is really stupid.
Can I just add how much I love our crew? Look at this. Muna, Lisa, June are saying thanks to Justin for being the man behind this business.
And Billy Reuter says Dan Meredith turned me on to him. And I think it's really appropriate that Dan Meredith and turned me on are in the same sentence.
That's what she said,
If
Billy.
you know Dan Meredith, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yes. Lee Patterson said that was me. I was angry because he's not single.
Oh, because he's not single.
He's got a nice little son, 10-month-old boy named Samuel. I tell you.
Can we arm wrestle for him? Yeah.
Nope.
Well.
Nope. Sorry, Billy.
We are, just for the record, we're going knee deep. I don't know.
Balls deep.
Balls deep. I don't have balls, so that doesn't apply to me.
You've got some balls.
But we're going knee deep into some big time planning today.
Yeah,
so.
By the way, Cecily Casey, who's in Chicago, says they love you already.
Yay!
Oh.
Yes, yes.
Awesome.
So we are going to be with Justin busy over the next couple of days. But tomorrow, we're going to maybe have Justin on as a guest, or we're going to do a tracker show.
Yeah, we got 3 shows.
It's gonna be a good week.
And June Marshall, yes.
Next retreat is going to be in Cyprus.
We're taking a retreat over to Cyprus.
That's 100% true. Who wants to come to that one?
If you want to come to a Cyprus retreat, if those European contingency over there, if you want a retreat over...
Or the North Americans who want to go to Cyprus.
I know, but I was just, giving a shout out to the Europeans.
Yeah, right?
Just let us know. Opa!
Who would come to Cyprus? Let's have a look.
Well, just now the CEO has a question.
We have to stop talking.
20 comments and we'll do it.
20 comments, we'll do it.
If we get 20 comments that you would come to a retreat in Cyprus, apparently our CEO just told us we're doing it.
Well, Steve Montefinesse, Cecily, they both say yes.
They're both coming to our retreat
here in October.
But
so
they're going
guys,
to come to Spain.
By the way, Cecily, Steve, massive discounts so you guys come to Cyprus. We take care of the people who come to multiple retreats, just so you know.
We call our platinum crew.
Papa Drap says me. I love that. Muna says yes.
June and Clint are in.
June and Clint.
I love Steve Montefinesse's new profile picture.
Yeah, me too.
Looking kind of studly over
Sexy,
there.
sultry. Guys, we need about 5 more comments. Who wants in?
I used to, hold on, used to stutter. I'm in.
Cecily's in.
She has said it twice.
Cecily, bring Annie.
Lee Patterson would love to go. Kelly Godowski and Chris are going to win the award for most retreats attended.
Absolutely.
They're tied with Christine Basista.
I get a few Americans come over to the retreats as well. The
Yeah.
last retreat I had, I think 3 out of 10.
Most of our attendees in Spain were from North America.
Connie, who's also, by the way, Mother Nature. She is actually Mother Nature, comes to our show. Connie Blankenship. She says if we do this Cyprus retreat in 2018, she's in. So I have an idea, crew, and Mr. Handsome COO. How about we make an announcement before Justin leaves this week of when our Cyprus retreat in 2018 is going to be? And you think I'm joking? We'll start taking down payments that day.
Yeah.
We will start taking registers that day.
Yeah?
And it'll be in 2018.
Yeah, that's how we
What
roll.
do you guys think? Tell me by hearts and or comments. Christine Basista's in. Annie's in. Lisa Arsenault's in.
This is great. I love it. I love when we just decide things randomly.
We're coming to Cyprus next year, big boy.
Awesome.
I love my crew. You guys deserve one more. Where's my crew at?
Crew.
See you.